All right, so we've got 2 more groupings left. The first one is the Ice Snow. There weren't a lot of Ice Snow cards in here, but I do like the cards we got. We've gotten a couple, we've got drip fed like some of the ice cards in the past couple of sets, where they featured everything from the Ice Clad cards with the Hexablaumon into the hybrids, the Korikakumon and the Kumamon and the Daipenmon, who also have Ice Clad and can evolve off of Tamers. And now they're shoring us up with the last bit, I assume, of support for the ice stuff, I guess for now, until we get more Liberator info, with just like some really decent, good cards. Maybe some things the decks were missing, or the deck was missing beforehand, where you've got cards like the Penguinmon here, who off of a Hyarimon specifically costs 0, but anything else 1 cost. Counts as Ice Snow type in this for the rule box, and then on your turn, when you would digivolve into a Digimon with the Ice Snow trait, you can reduce the cost by 1. This seems really good just because the Kumamon and the Korikakumon were kind of expensive if you weren't coming from the Tamers themselves. The Tamihimi Tamer, like 3 cost here is kind of rough, and then Korikakumon is 4 cost, which is even tougher. So the fact that you can reduce these by 2 actually makes their evolve costs manageable, so I like that. And then on inheritance and attack, give one of your opponents Digimon sec -1 to the end of their turn. So first of all, you're losing the Ice Clad battle, and now you don't even hit security for anything, so just don't swing. Just don't swing. Yeah, Ice Clad I feel like will become can become a standalone deck after this. Moving up, we also got the Frigimon. So what's really cool about this is that Frigimon is a 3 cost from Blue Yellow, but a 2 cost from Ice Snow. And because the Daipenmon is cost -1, you have a 1 cost level 4 here who has Ice Clad and who like has an effect. Like he's not just like some like vanilla card who's like a, you know, like a Dolphamon. He actually has like some utility. But on play, on evolve, trash the bottom 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if your opponent has a Digimon with no sources, gain a memory. So he could just become 0 cost. You know who this guy looks like? You know who he looks like? He has he has a stark resemblance to this fellow right here. Where is he at? Right here. This cute fellow right here. Stark resemblance. Spitting image, if you will. What's that? You don't want to pay for your level 4's evolve cost? Here you go. And he also has the same inheritance effect, it seems like, given opponent's Digimon sec -1 to the end of their turn. Venusmon smiles, by the way. I like it. I like it. Also, I just can't stop looking at this. This looks like a mouth rather than a nose. I know what it is, but I want to believe. He's just whatever he's holding up, he's so enamored with. He's like... So this is pretty good. Next up, the level 5. Now these are the big dogs. These are where things get real scary. The PolarBearmon. No longer are we just frigid and made of ice. We can ski now. Ice Clad. 7/4 is alright, but comes from Ice Snow from 3, so it's fine. On play, trash any 2 sources from opponent's Digimon. Then one of your opponent's Digimon with no sources can't suspend or activate when digivolving effects until the end of their opponent's turn. Actually just putting Magnamon on ice. Just turn him into the Avatar for 100 years. No digivolution effects. When the world needed him most, the armor was gone. And then inheritance your turn while your opponent has no Digimon with digivolution cards. This Digimon with Ice Snow gains piercing and sec +1. Ooh, doggy. Not only are you losing the Ice Clad battles, but I'm hitting harder. Just like slot in a car with jamming and we're good to go. Or just slot in a Huankunmon so we can't die by battle. We're good to go. And then the level 6 is... Where'd he go? Oh, here we go. I don't quite understand the evolution here. Like the theming doesn't quite make sense to me, but going from Penguin to, I don't know, Frosty the Snowman to champion level skier to whatever this thing is in a snow globe, I'm here for it, I guess. Is it a mech? Are we Snow Gundam? Gundam Norway? Anyway, 12 cost, 4 evolve from level 5, but from the Ice Snow trait, he's 3. And then Ice Clad and Barrier. That's a really interesting setup. So Ice Clad, in order to win or fight through sources, and then Barrier, so when you hit security, if you were to die, you just pop a security 2 and then you're chilling. Kind of sick. Wizard of Oz's wizardy or wintry cousin? Wizardy cousin. Wizard of Oz's wizardy cousin is almost what I said. When digivolving, you may play 1 level 4 lower Ice Snow trait Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. So you get the Frigimon for free. Or you can get a Korikakumon or a Kumamon for free. Or you can get a... Oh, what the heck is the name of that guy? Paledramon? I know I just butchered that. Ice Snow. What was the level 4 called? Well, I guess you could get Sorcerermon, who actually has an on play. Oh, Paledramon. I'm tripping. Paledramon. Paledramon is the Paledramon. I don't know if it's like the pronunciation, but that's level 5 I was thinking of. This is level 4, but he only has a when digivolving. Yeah, Sorcerermon might be the way just for the unsuspend. For each of your opponent's Digimon, so we basically play a level 4 Ice Snow trait when we evolve for free from hand. But for each of your opponent's Digimon with no sources, you can add one to this card's maximum effect. So if they have 2 Digimon with no sources, so basically you just like wreck Nightmare Soldier. You basically just like double Skadimon Nightmare Soldier. Though it is scary that you have to battle by security, so maybe you actually don't want to just drop a Skadimon, another one anyway. When digivolving and when attacking though, once per turn, by placing one Digimon with no sources as the bottom security card, the Digimon unsuspend. Keep in mind that does not have to be your opponent's Digimon or your Digimon. You can actually do your opponent's if you want to, which is a really interesting way to actually get rid of virtually any card in the game without protection. You just, I can't beat you in a source battle, I can't beat you in a DP battle, so I'm just gonna slot you on top of security and then you just go away. Yeah, mini chaos degrade definitely gives me those vibes, and you can swing again after that. So not only do you get to get rid of that problem, but you can just hit again after that. Skadimon, kind of spooky. Is that the last one? I think. No, there's one more. Suzune Kazuki. You know who she reminds me of? Tsubaki from the One Punch Man manga. The hair really does it. Also, if you've seen her from a side profile, you'll also understand. Anyway, 3 cost starter main phase. If your opponent has Digimon, gain 1 memory. When your opponent's Digimon are played or digivolved, when your Digimon are played or digivolved, if any of them have the Ice Snow trait, by suspending this Tamer, trash any 1 Digivolution card of your opponent's Digimon. Alright chat, folks watching, what's the answer here? Do we just run the Suzune, or do we just run Sora Joe instead? Do we just run Sora Joe instead? Yeah, it feels like it's like half of a Sora Joe, but you're paying 3 costs, so you run both. Cause why not? Do you not want to run Joe instead? Is it just Joe? I forgot what he does. Trash 1 Digivolution cards when your opponent's Digivolution card, opponent's Digimon, that's right. Maybe you actually just run a Joe? Although I guess the nice thing here is you can trash any Digivolution card, I suppose. Whereas I think Sora Joe is bottom only, and then, yeah, from the bottom. And Joe is just like more memory, it seems like. Yeah, maybe she's actually better than Joe, just because his memory is dependent on you being able to source strip something, and hers is just like, hey, if you have a Digimon regardless. How important is the near guaranteed +1 memory? I mean, you're never saying no to free memory, right? And if it's consistent, that's even better. My man said run all 3. Yeah, I feel like I might want to go Sora Joe here. It's hard to say. Yeah, Suzune, unfortunately, not as cracked as the rest of the line. The partner Digimon definitely putting in work here. More than the Tamer themselves. Oh, I guess, yeah, that's true. Because she is Liberator, you could just play a Digimon Liberator card and just play her outright while you're getting some search. So that, I guess that's an option. You do have that, I guess, that bonus of having the Liberator trait is actually quite beneficial. That's true. Oh, wait a moment. What other what other Tamers here? So I'm thinking of the Tamihimi. So this guy's unrestricted now. So trash 3 cards on bottom is actually pretty good. Looking at you, Pyramidimon. In Inheritance, until the end of his opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon with no sources can't attack or block. And then the new Tamihimi, probably less great. Trash a card, gain 1. But you have to trash a Hybrid or 10 Warriors, which is really specific if you're just going to be using a Ice Snow trait deck. I guess you'd have to load up on both the Kumamon and the Korikakumon, and honestly, I like the idea of having some of the Sorcerermon and the Frigimon in the deck, because the Frigimon is essentially a free level 4, like full stop. That off of a Penguinmon is like nothing. So I think you're gonna really struggle at the level 4s to find some good splits that you like. When attacking, trash the bottom Digivolution card one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, draw 1. That's kind of mid, to be honest. Really specific here. Although I guess it could be good if your opponent tries to build something higher, but like a slightly bigger stack than yours, you can just strip it away. But yeah, maybe there's a case to actually run the Suzune. Not a ton of copies, but as a Liberator card, I mean, it does benefit from all the Liberator support. So yeah, we all have decided that she is a mid-ass Tamer. The hybrid deck could be, I guess, its own thing, or maybe like a couple of like Tech Kumamon just as a way to maybe like have an out in case your board gets wiped. That's also a possibility. Or hell, like a Daipenmon, although that would require a Tommy. Shoot. So maybe that Daipenmon. I mean, without any of that, though, you still have access to Hexablaumon. Probably one of the craziest blue cards that we've gotten in recent memory. So that's, I think, Ice Snow. Again, I think that with the new cards, they can actually put together a pretty scary, fully like developed Ice Snow deck at this point. Like, you've got options for Tamers, you can evolve off of Tamers, you've got Liberator support. It feels like you finally have enough cards at each level to actually make some meaningful choices at what you want to add in. And then the Skadimon is just insane. It's like, yeah, like you guys said before, shades of Chaos Degradation in Digimon form, and it can attack again. Kind of spooky.